All right, so we got to talk about it. I saw this article yesterday from A to Z Sports, but he saw it from RaidersBeat.com. And a lot of people believe Ben Johnson is going to the Raiders. And we've been talking about this a ton. And I am under the impression that Ben Johnson, very smart man, going to the Raiders to me would be absolutely dumb. Why would you go to the Raiders? Literally. And if I'm Ben Johnson, head to the ear to the ground, I'm hearing what Max Crosby has to say. I'm seeing that you fired. Just look at the Raiders organization. Look at what they've done. You got the John Gruden situation, right? You're still paying him for the next 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 years. You're currently paying him. You're currently paying Antonio Pierce. You're currently paying Josh McDaniels. And then you want to pay me too. Okay, that's your money. But why are you paying 4 coaches at the same time, concurrently? That is a red flag. So now you're getting you. So why would you go over there? Why would you go? Then you got a meddling owner, so you go over there. But let's just hypothetically say that Ben Johnson decides that he wants to go to the Raiders. Okay, cool. You're going to suck the first year, no doubt about it. All right. But I saw an article yesterday that according to this person from Raiders Beat, that I guess that he heard, based on his dialogue, that Hendon Hooker to the Raiders could be a real possibility only if the Lions wanted to go for it. That Ben Johnson could look to bring Hendon with him. I'm going to be real with you. That doesn't bother me one bit. Hendon is not going to play in Detroit. Whether you want him to or not is irrelevant. He's not going to play here. His contract is up before Jared Goff's. He's only 2 years younger than JG. Hendon he might have been brought here to maybe be insurance if Jared Goff didn't work out. Jared Goff balls out of control, earns himself a new contract, which puts Hendon Hooker securely in the number 2 spot. And right now, I haven't seen enough to say he's even capable of being a number 1. However, if you're Ben Johnson and the Detroit Lions and you go to the Raiders, do you want to take a quarterback in this year's draft? Do you want to take a Shedeur Sanders? Do you want to take Cam Ward? Do you want to take those 2 guys? Or do you want to wait for next year? Or maybe the year after that? Hendon Hooker is under contract for 2 more seasons. You could bring in Hendon Hooker to quarterback your team as you get the quarterback that you want and go through a rebuild, right? Maybe you get some other tool on the offense or defense. Who knows what's going to happen with Max Crosby? But would the Detroit Lions even go for that? So here's the question I put before you. The article said 2nd round pick. Would you give up a 2nd round pick, or would you take a 2nd round pick for Hendon Hooker? If Ben Johnson said, Dan, Brad, help a brother out. Help brother out. We'll throw you a 2nd round pick. Would you do it? I would have to say yes. Hendon Hooker was a 3rd round pick. We can get another backup quarterback. You mean to tell me that we'll get a higher pick than we drafted you for? Of course I'll take that. Now, obviously, you throw in, I'm going to try to get Max Crosby in the deal. I'm not saying Hendon for Max. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to sweeten the pot. Let's sweeten the pot a little bit. You about to start over. Let's clear some cap space. You give us Max. You give us a 5th round pick. We give you Hendon Hooker and a 1st, which is essentially a 2nd. I give you the 2025 1st round pick, Hendon Hooker. You give us Max Crosby and another pick, and I'll take it. Let's see. Braylon says yes. Jason says easily. Hendon has some picks for Max. Patty says yes. Braylon says no. Hesitation. We would never get either one of those guys. No hesitation. Send Max and yes. So that's what the article was saying. The article did not mention Max Crosby. I just threw that in there for fun because that's what I would try to do. And we know that Brad he likes to finagle people. He really does. So there's no doubt the rumor is that they asked for Aaron Donald in the Rams in the Stafford trade. So, I wouldn't put it past him to actually try to get Max Crosby as part of that deal. But I would take that because, and to be honest with you, it would give Hendon Hooker an opportunity to shine. He's not going to play here, y'all. He's not. Outside of the preseason, and Hendon is a ball player, right? He wants to play. Let him play. Let him showcase his talents. Maybe Hendon Hooker is that guy, and he can be that guy in the Raiders organization. Or, okay, look, he's coming on his 2nd contract. Rookie deal runs out. Now he's 30 years old. He's looking to maybe be in that Sam Darnold position where now he's coming off a rookie deal. And even though Sam is not, but you coming off the rookie deal. And now you have an opportunity to go and be a quarterback like Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, one of those guys. Because I'm going to tell you, he is not going to have the opportunity in Detroit. It's just not going to happen. I don't think there's not enough evidence that we've seen. And if Jared Goff continues to ball out, like I think he's going to do, Hendon Hooker will never see the football field outside of a blowout. How are you going to prove what you have? How are you going to be able to push Jared Goff out of? You're not going to do that, right? So I would take this not only to recoup a draft pick, but also to give Hendon a chance to shine, because he's not going to be able to do it in Detroit. So that's what the article was saying. Let me know what y'all think.